dyeing your hair are often the foremost fun thing to try to do. However, there's no denying that dyes can often accompany harmful side effects. During this article, we have discussed the side effects of hair dyeing that everybody should know before they color their hair. Permanent hair dyes, they penetrate through the hair shaft, reaching the cortex. They have to be touched up a minimum of once every 12 weeks. Most permanent dyes use ammonia to penetrate the hair shaft and increase the level. Semi-permanent hair dyes, they coat the hair shaft cuticle while partially penetrating the cortex. Temporary hair dyes, they don't penetrate the hair cortex and wish to be touched up every few weeks. Bleach, it's wont to lighten hair and color dark hair like black and brown to lighter hair colors like blonde or red. Ammonia-free hair dyes, they're also called demi-permanent hair dyes. They don't contain ammonia but include peroxide, paradyes, and resorcinol. These are softer on the hair. Side effects of hair dyeing. Note, all of the knowledge given below is in regard to permanent hair coloring unless otherwise specified. Hair coloring is simply basic chemistry. It's all about the reactions that happen in between the pigments in your hair, the pigments in dye, peroxide, and ammonia. With all the experience we have had chemically, the one thing we have come to simply accept is that they're usually not good. Here's why. 1. Overprocessing. Permanent hair colors often contain ammonia and peroxide. The ammonia breaks through your hair shaft, and therefore the peroxide neutralizes the natural pigment in your hair, stripping away color. This process of relaxing the hair cuticles to succeed in the cortex of your hair and bleach its natural pigment is, essentially, hair damage. Overtreating your hair with these chemicals will cause it to lose luster, break easily, and in some extreme cases, wash away with water. While processed hair are often revived to a particular extent with hair care treatments, the sole thanks to get obviate the damage from overprocessing is to cut your hair off. 2. Allergies. Hair dyes causing allergies isn't uncommon, especially because permanent hair dyes contain paraphenyllenediamine, which may be a common allergen. People who have dermatitis are particularly susceptible to reactions due to the PPD and other chemicals present in dyes. People with skin conditions, like eczema and psoriasis, should also refrain from using hair dyes to paint their hair. In milder cases, permanent dyes can cause itching, skin irritation, redness, or swelling on your scalp or other sensitive areas like your face and neck. Another thing to stay in mind when using these dyes is that not having had an allergy within the past doesn't mean you won't have one within the future. The more you color your hair, the more likely you become to having an adverse reaction. 3. Effects on fertility. Research is inconsistent during this regard. Though a couple of studies state that there's minimal systemic absorption of hair products, hair dyes might not actually affect fertility or pregnancy. However, since they show possible risks of being exposed to hair dyes for prolonged periods, it's better to avoid hair dyes if you're looking to conceive or are pregnant. 4. Upkeep. While this is often not technically a side effect, it are often cause for a few. Tons of individuals don't realize just what proportion goes into the maintenance of colored hair. It's a long-term commitment which will have you ever rushing back to the salon monthly approximately, which may be hard on your hair. You will got to buy products that are specially formulated for colored hair. A couple of styles need regular touch-ups, and your hair, generally, needs such a lot extra care. Post-processed hair is basically susceptible to damage and demands tons of your time, patience, and care. Failing to offer your hair what it needs will end in locks that lack shine, luster, and health. 5. Conjunctivitis. Failing to exercise extreme caution when dyeing your hair may result within the chemicals making contact with the sensitive parts of your face. In some cases, when chemicals from hair dyes make contact together with your eyes, it can cause conjunctivitis or pink eye. In other cases, it causes inflammation and severe discomfort. 6. Asthma. Asthma is one among the symptoms of a severe allergy to hair dyes. Continued inhalation of the chemicals in hair dyes can cause coughing, wheezing, lung inflammation, throat discomfort, and asthma attacks. 7. Cancer. When permanent hair dyes were first introduced, they had compounds that were carcinogenic, while the formulas were altered to exchange these chemicals. The talk on whether hair dyes can cause cancer has not been put to rest. On the contrary, more research projects and studies are needed to determine a particular link between the utilization of permanent hair coloring and cancer. Here are some precautions you'll fancy minimize the danger of possible side effects. Precautions to require while dyeing your hair. Try to avoid using permanent hair color the maximum amount as possible. Instead, you'll choose semi and demi-permanent hair colors. While these are temporary, they do not contain as many harmful chemicals as permanent hair colors do. Always conduct a patch and strand test before you dye your hair. The skin test will assist you avoid a possible allergy, while the strand test will assist you determine if your hair is healthy enough to be processed. Get your hair done professionally. There's such a lot which will fail once you attempt to color your hair on your own. Attend knowledgeable you trust to avoid a hair disaster. Always color your hair during a well-lit and well-ventilated area. Poor ventilation can cause eye and nasal irritation. Do your research and use products from trusted brands that don't use many harmful chemicals, albeit this suggests that you simply will need to spend a touch extra cash. The safest thanks to color your hair would be to offer up permanent hair dyes and switch to natural hair dyeing alternatives. Natural alternatives. While these methods might only offer you subtle results, they're an excellent alternative to permanent hair dyes and can give your hair a much-needed break. 1. Coffee tea. Freshly brewed coffee or tea can significantly darken light hair. All you would like to try to do is pour the brew through your hair as a final rinse and let it air dry. The color will wash out subsequent time you shampoo your hair, but you will just repeat the method because it has no side effects. In fact, some teas can actually improve the health and texture of your hair. 2. Coloring. Food color and pigmented flavored drinks like Kool-Aid are often wont to attain an entire range of crazy colors. Mix the coloring or Kool-Aid with conditioner and apply it to your hair. Let it sit for a few hours, then rinse it out with water. It's safer to use natural dyes, like beets, than synthetic coloring. 3. Beet juice. A beet juice treatment is usually wont to add red undertones to blonde and lightweight brunette hair. You would like to combine 3 parts of beet juice with 1 part of juice and saturate your hair with the mixture. Let it sit for about an hour, then rinse it out with shampoo. 4. Henna. Henna is one among the 4 most popular natural hair coloring treatments. Make a paste out of henna powder and water and apply this to your hair. Let it sit for a few hours, then proceed to shampoo and condition your hair. 5. Lemon and honey. Lemon and honey work well together to lighten your hair and provides you natural highlights. Mix equal parts of the 2 ingredients and apply it to your hair. Sit cool at the sun for an hour or apply heat employing a hand blower. Wash the mixture out with shampoo, then proceed to condition. You would possibly need to repeat this process a few times to urge visible results. While it are often fun experimenting with colors, the damage they cause within the sort of dry and brittle hair can dampen the fun. Hence, it's always an honest idea to modify to safer and more natural alternatives.